Hey, it's good to see everybody. I made it, and I'm a minute early. I should get I should get kudos for that. I'm usually late. Yeah, Lisa, I've been working on what we're going to talk about tonight for a while. Hey, Sky King. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jeff. I wear your favorite shirt tonight. I done it just for you, so I wanted I wanted to make you feel comfortable tonight. Somebody needs to feel comfortable tonight. Hello, Kelly. Hey, Sonia. Man, that one there is going to be, I'm going to butcher that name. Nixon, maybe. Hello, Lisa, Jeff, Tammy, Burr, Stashman. Tonight should be an interesting night. I think it's going to be a real interesting talk. I think what I may have to do is, yeah, we'll start out. I want to change one thing. So, y'all enjoying the cold weather tonight? I just went up to a small town and watched their parade. They had a really awesome parade. Santa Claus was there. The kids really enjoyed it. Hunter went crazy. Got a really nice bag of candy and stuff from the local fire department. They're all volunteers, so a big shout out to them. They do a lot with little resources. They're very much appreciated and very good men and women up there, and we appreciate each and every one of them. And thank you for giving all the kids tonight and the older folks and even us younger folks a good night. It was nice to go and enjoy it and to go back to the old town. So it was nice. It's actually cold. I just checked the temperature when we pulled in, and it was 78 degrees, is what it said on the car when I just pulled in. 28. A lot of y'all's been asking me uh, for my email. It is on the beginning of most of my videos now. I try to do that. Uh, but Cassie should be in here tonight. She's going to be moderating, I believe, and hopefully holding my hand and answering a lot of questions. It's going to be interesting, no doubt. I've been. Uh oh. Can y'all see me? Nick Nixon or Nixon says he lost video. Do y'all still have video? Lisa's talking about the demon. Thank you, Brandy. Hey, Sonia. Coffee bar lady, seen you last night. Badger girl. Yeah, there's a bunch of people coming in now. For all y'all that was with us last night, you probably kind of have a an idea of what we're going to talk about tonight, and I think it's going to be a learning experience. Um, Jeff, are you on right now? Jeff Townsend, are you with us right now? Again, guys, if I don't see what you type, I'm not ignoring you. It's just a lot of it goes through, and it goes through really fast. Hey, Jeff, sending you a photo right now. You sent me a photo earlier, and you said that it was a juvenile Sasquatch. I'm going to give you something that's going to blow your mind. Your juvenile Sasquatch photo, and I want you to compare it to my juvenile Sasquatch photo that I just sent you, and see what you think about that if you don't see a resemblance. Because as soon as you sent me that, I thought, wow, that that cannot happen because I mean, people don't know on here, but me and Jeff have never met in person. We communicate every now and then. There's no way we could have done this. These two juveniles are almost identical. It's pretty weird. But I sent it to you, Jeff. That way you'll be able to check it out. All right, good. You got your video back. That's what I did, Mindy. I just got back from doing that. We done some filming for our other channel. We're going to be putting, of course, Hunter's going to be on there with the parade, and him and Logan's going to be making candy, and we got some lights that we're going to go look at, and we done a little bit of filming tonight. So I'll put all that. I think it's going to be a pretty good little Christmas show. I'm trying to get everybody in here so whenever we start the main talk, we don't have to go back and re-answer questions. Jeff, be careful driving. Don't worry about it. You can check it out when you get there, man. Not that big of a deal. Be safe. I'd rather you be safe. Let's see. Jeff sent me a bunch of photos today, and I think me and Jeff are probably going to end up doing a podcast coming up. We're trying to work out some details on it. Jeff is a pretty experienced person. He's done some security work and have had some pretty close encounters. He has, I believe, he's actually fired on the creatures also, and he's had some pretty close calls. All right. So tonight, what I'm going to talk about is I've had a lot of y'all ask me what is my viewpoint and why do I believe Bigfoot to be flesh and blood over spiritual. A lot of questions came in from another website. A lot of y'all were upset over this other website. I guess I'll use their name. They've used my name. There's no animosity. I'm not mad at them. Like I said, we all have different beliefs in this field, and we're not all going to agree. And the good thing about not agreeing is it allows us to have spirited debate. And I like spirited debate, and I believe that if you can do that without, you don't need the name calling and stuff because that don't get you anywhere. But the spirited debate part, you learn, and that's how we learn. Is we all have different opinions, ideas, and I've learned a lot from you guys. And I take everything I hear, I put it down, I apply it to cases, and that's just the way I've been trained. It's what I've done for all my life, and that's really all I know. It's all I've ever done since the age of 18. I wore a shield. If that tells you anything, I mean that's just what I've done. Uh, but getting getting back to the, I guess to what we're going to talk about. Little werewolf's going to bark for a second. Uh, why do I think they're different? It's what a lot of people ask me, and I know why I think they're different. And the hardest part for me, and Cassie helped me a lot with this, was for me to be able to explain to you guys kind of how I feel, how I uh, to explain to you where it comes from. So, just to show you all a little bit, I have 3 pages or more that I'm going to try to help you guys understand my opinion. Now, remember, this is only my opinion, okay? It does not make it factual. A lot of people got mad at another channel that was on, and they said, "Well, we went over and we tried to debate on this channel, and the channel is Jerry Williams, the Bigfoot expert, with Elizabeth Tracker E, I believe is her name. I believe that's what she goes by. I know her as Elizabeth." And they said they go over and they try to talk and have, I guess, debate and stuff like that on their channel. He does not allow debate. Um, he says that he, I believe, contacts other trackers, and it's mainly them talking, sharing encounters. That way, they're able to work together. Um, he says he teaches, and he wants everybody to be quiet, and I believe so that they catch on to what he's talking about. Just like every supervisor has a way of doing things, my way of doing things, and I've done it, like I said, since I was 18 years old. I've wore a badge, and before that, that's all I ever wanted to do. Is that we can't learn everything. Thank you for your service, Warren. We can't learn everything if we know everything, and I think it gets really dangerous whenever we start feeling like we do know everything about a subject, because it it can lead us down a dark road. Because I mean, if I'm wrong about something, and I'm making you all follow this way, then we're all wrong about something. I would rather somebody step up and say, "Mike, this is not how it is. I've witnessed this personally. I have proof to back it up." You know, that's what I want to be. If you can prove me wrong, great. Prove me wrong, and let's go down the right path, and let's not waste our time going down the wrong path. Uh, hey, Sheila. But anyways, it just my channel is open to debate. I encourage you guys to talk amongst each other, to talk to me, because I'm going to brag on you guys. I always do. I feel like I got the smartest bunch on the web. And with all of us working together, talking together, and you get a bunch of smart minds together, that's how things get solved. If you notice, all large agencies, all large businesses, all large entities that do things, they don't just have one person running it. You have a board. And the reason for that is the more educated minds you can get involved in it, the better you're going to do. That's my way of looking at things. I'm not a teacher. I don't look at myself as a teacher in this. I've got asked, do I believe there's experts in this? I absolutely do not believe there's experts in this until we can have a body, we can analyze it. Y'all know my thing on that. They know how I feel about that. Uh, Now, here's the part and why I was asked to do what I'm going to do tonight. I was asked to give my theory why I believe them to be flesh and blood. Uh, they teach that they're spirits, spiritual warfare. Okay. Now, I'm Cherokee Indian. I believe he's Choctaw, maybe. And my grandpa was a full blood. A lot of my family was Indian. Uh, they spoke Cherokee fluently. I still have family members that are Cherokee that speak Cherokee fluently. But we appreciate the old days. We embrace the old days. We love our people, but we have come to learn the Lord Jesus Christ, and that our ways were faulted. And we recognize that, and He's our Savior, and that's how it is for us. That's how we are. So I dug some stuff out for you guys, and we're going to go down a road here. And the abnormal board, yeah, Lisa. It's definitely an abnormal board for sure. But y'all asked for me to do this, so I'm going to try to go down this, and I'll try to glance up and see what y'all are asking. If I don't see it, feel free to type it again. I will not take it as you guys are being rude or anything. I'm not going to block you for that. Like I said, my page is open to debate, is open for discussion. I believe that if I hide from you guys and I don't want to talk to you guys, then I shouldn't be doing this because I'm not afraid to say I don't know. I think that's perfectly fine. And if we don't know, the next best answer to that is I'll find out. So, all right. I've done some deep digging inside of the scientific part as if I were building a case, and that's the way I looked at this as far as preparing it and the way I'm going to deliver it to you guys, just like if I was going to deliver a case. Okay, it's the only way I know how to do it. It's the only way I know how to investigate, and that's how I'm going to deliver it. So here we go. Genetic studies says that Sasquatch is a result of a human woman mating with an unknown hominin species about 15,000 years ago. The genome sequencing shows that Sasquatch mtDNA is a novel, unknown hominin related to Homo sapien and other primate species. Okay, that's just fancy wording. It still means that we are in that category, us Homo sapiens. We are in that category, even though it says primate. We're still in that category. That still covers us. Okay. Uh, Team leader, a veterinarian by the name of, and y'all can Google her if you'd like to. She has some really good research. Dr. Melba S. Ketchum. She has some great information as far as the scientific part of it. Um, the North American Sasquatch is a hybrid species, the result of males of an unknown hominin species crossing with a female Homo sapien. Okay, they do not know what the father is what they're saying right now, but they are saying that they do have a DNA record on file that whenever they studied these 5 hairs that Dr. Ketchum has 5 hairs. She will not turn them over to any university. She will not turn them over to the government. She is a professional in what she does. She does all the way down to the nuclear testing and everything. She's a professional at what she does, okay? She ran these tests on these 5 samples that she has. Uh, and it's very, very interesting. The top Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever name you want to call them, experts agree with her, have met with her, and there's been times that she said she feels she's been in danger for releasing this information. Dr. Ketchum is a research scientist who specializes in forensic and genetics genome. She has also been testing Bigfoot hair for over 5 years. That was 2018. Now, while it has human nuclear DNA with its genome, there are also distinctively non-human, non-archaic. Okay, what they're saying here, I don't want to confuse anybody. The father is not a Neanderthal. He is not an archaic hominin, and he is in the non-ape sequences. Okay, he's not an ape. He's not archaic, and he is not a Neanderthal. They know that. They have this on file. They're able to say this definitely is not what he is. He is of unknown origin, which means we do not have the DNA on file. The Sasquatch is known as an indigenous people. Genetically, the Sasquatch are a human hybrid with this is important to me, I think it's really neat, unambiguously modern human maternal ancestry. Okay, this is where it's going to start, I hope, making more sense. The creature does not follow general rule. It is a human hybrid. New York University and North Louisiana Crime Lab tested parts that were human and other parts were non-identical to any other species. It is believed that an unknown hominin was the father, as it shows primate hominin DNA, same classification, just different classification of species. But you break that down, what it means is it is a human species. It is unknown DNA. It falls in the hominin. It is one of us. It is the same classification as one of us, Homo sapien, in the hominin group. But they don't have the DNA file on file for the father, which means their belief is it was one of the first humans or hominins in the primate species, which is still covering us. Don't think of monkeys when I say that. It's still covering us, but it was one of the first, one of the most pure, okay? The pure, before we have DNA on file. And what is really interesting to me is I've done some things from some things that I've done in some cases, and they're case work that's accepted in a court of law. So it's not considered speculation. Uh, the belief that Miss Ketchum has, and I share the same belief with her, is that the fallen angels mated with humans a long, long time ago. And then there was a baby born, and the baby was Nephilim. And then that Nephilim, it bred with a woman. Okay, the Homo sapien women did not ever cease to exist. The Nephilim did for a while, but they were here after the flood, and we'll get to that here in a minute. But the Nephilim did breed with the woman, is what I believe. And whenever it done that, it had a DNA sequence that we don't have. So whenever they test the DNA of these 5 hairs, and it's not just her, it's done. Other research that's been turned in has shown that the father is unknown and the female is a Homo sapien. This is not new news. This happens a lot. A lot of other researchers have got the same answers from other labs. So this isn't something that's disputed. It is recognized and agreed upon by all major Sasquatch investigative agencies that do this for a living. Some of them a lot better than what I am. But anyways, I got to thinking about it, and I thought, man, where does the size come from, right? These things are massive, and people talk about them being so big, and everything. So you think about it, and what I came up with is, Mr. Duffy, I understand what you're saying, but just follow me. Try to follow me just a little bit. There were giants in those days, and we know that because of Goliath. And if you look up Goliath, he was 9 foot 9 inches. If he would have bred with a normal human Homo sapien woman, right? Homo sapien, regular female, and we use the calculator that we use whenever we're searching for a suspect or whatever, and we put those, we add those together, and we know that Goliath was 9 foot 9 inches. We take a regular female at 5 foot 8 inches, and we say they mate and they have an offspring, okay? By that offspring, that would put the offspring at approximately 8 foot to 9 foot, between 8 and 9 foot, okay? Now, you're going to have different heights. I'm sure there was taller giants. I'm sure there was shorter giants. I'm sure there was taller women, shorter women, whatever. I'm sure the women at the time were not ready for to be mated. I'm sure they were probably raped. But however it happened, I believe. And their DNA sequences would have worked, and they would have been able to conceive and have a child. Now, whenever you do the weight calculation based on how we do it, it fell short of the weight that we would be looking for in determining the weight of these. So what I done is, instead of using the human weight, I went and I used the zoological weight and how they do it. And theirs is based on larger body mass, larger bones and stuff, which we believe that they would be because they're giants are a lot bigger. This is where it gets interesting. A male, whenever you use that, would end up weighing between 775 pounds to 1,500 pounds. The female would be between 330 pounds to 550 pounds. Now, that That's a large animal right there. Uh, and then, a lot of people say, well, if that happened, why do fallen angels not breed with women today? If they done it back then, why are they not doing it today, right? Well, Satan had a plan, and his plan was to pollute the human seed and to stop God's plan to bring the Messiah. That's why the Nephilim, the fallen angels, and everything was created. He was trying to corrupt everything, I believe, that was going on. He was trying to stop it. And well, if you look at uh, Genesis 3:15, he says, "And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed." Right? Okay. Whenever you go and look at it, it says, "They will strike at your head, and you will strike at their heel." You're talking about giants, in my opinion. If they're going to strike at your head and you're going to strike at their heel, they're a lot larger than you. And then you look at the word enmity. What does it mean? Well, we've wondered why these creatures don't like us, right? Well, I think it pretty much right here's your answer. It says enmity, the state of feeling or being, uh, my glasses fogged up, or being overly opposed or hostile to someone or something. The Bible said in a definition, a deep rooted hatred. So, you know, maybe that's what it is. What do you mean, Romans? You lost me. That's true, Renee. But as far as my beliefs and my understanding is, 2 Peter 2:4 says that those creatures, those angels that done that and committed it, they are in darkness now and they're being held for judgment. And that's where I think that the Nephilim got involved, and that's why I believe them to be flesh and blood. And some of the other reasons I believe them to be flesh and blood. And if you have the ability to cloak or to travel or whatever, why were they at the back of my grandma's house eating scraps out of the mud, right? Why not just go into a store, cloak, and grab a steak? And I know the things that were down there they ate. Uh, had a lot of people see them eat, and they leave footprints. They're solid. So to me, that's what you got to be. And then I have another theory. I mean, it's not really even a theory. God has laws, and for you to be on this earth, you have to kind of. I was kind of talking to a friend, and he explained to me, you got to have what you would call kind of like a birth certificate. You have to be born of water, which is through the womb, right? God goes by his laws so much that whenever he came to earth in the flesh, he was born through the womb. And I just don't believe these creatures have any more authority than what Jesus had when he was here. I believe these are flesh and blood. They're uh, they're living amongst us. That does it make them dangerous? Yeah, it makes them dangerous. And if they're able to troubleshoot and to think, and you look back at 35,000 years ago, uh, there was tribes that were eating people, and it was common to do that. That's what they believed in doing. So maybe when they die, they're eating each other. I don't know. You know what they're doing with their bodies. But you can also take a deer and you can lay it out there in the woods for a week, and you're not going to go down there and find out, find anything left of it either. But y'all wanted my opinion on it, and I just, a lot of these other groups, they tell you, well, they're spirits or spirits or spirits or spirits, and then my question is, if they are, then why are you out there hunting them with a gun? I mean, it doesn't, it just doesn't make sense to me. I've shot one. I've seen it fall. I've seen the blood. I know they bleed. I know they get injured. I know this. I don't wonder. I don't think it. I lived in it all my life. My family lived in it all their life, and I don't wonder. I know, and maybe that's what out of my thoughts from is I did live in it, and we were afraid every night when we was in the house. They beat on the house. They tried to come in the house. They chased my mom a little. We've heard them down at the lake. I still go out and get encounters, and just the other night we had some stuff going on here around the house. So I mean, they will follow you home, but that's what I believe. That's my personal belief. Uh, I guess I'll take some questions on that now, and then we'll go on to the next thing. I want to talk a little bit about Jeff for a second, and yeah, I'll do the best I can to try to catch them if y'all do have any questions. That's true, Soundwolf. I have seen it. It is very confusing. It's deep. And I think that the spirits that y'all are seeing around uh, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, if they carry the blood of the Nephilim, and the Nephilim, we believe, come from the fallen angels, or I believe that, then the orbs and the things that you see following them, the attachments of the spirits and the demons is what they are. I'm just going to straight out say it. The aliens, whatever it is, are demons, are always with these creatures, and I believe the reason they are is because there's that connection. I mean, if you think about it, uh, their family. I mean, they carry the same blood, and maybe they go and borrow these bodies or whatever they're trying to do because they're disembodied. And the reason we see them around them is because they're attracted to them. And I mean, I've seen the orb myself right before we got rocks chunked at us, and that was one of my thoughts was they're related, so they're attracted. They can sense it. They know they're related. But when I go on a hunt, I tell them to leave me alone in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, and I know they cannot be there. So what I'm hunting is cryptid. It's flesh and blood, exactly what I'm after. And if you open yourself up to the mind speak, or you want them to do that, you can open yourself up and allow them to do that. I don't open myself up. Me and my family, like I said, lived around them all of our lives. It happened to any of us, but we are a Christian family, and we don't give them that authority. They don't have that authority, never had that authority, and never will. So that's what I believe. Hey, Tony. Yeah, Donna, I think so too. Eric Hoffman. I believe they are negative. I believe that they are negative. I do. If you look at the last video I done about the guy that was had been gifting them and stopped gifting them, and they come up there and they was wreaking havoc. They killed his horse and everything just because he stopped feeding them. Then it makes you think: did they like him, or was he a slave? Was he doing what they needed? And on I haven't heard a lot more in Colorado. They're keeping it pretty closed up. Red Sonia, I would have to see that because again, I'm an investigator, and the laws of physics do not allow for that. And I just don't think that they're going to be able to do those things. Uh, I just don't think God's going to allow them to do those things. I want to keep hunting them and keep looking, and we're going to see what happens. But we'll see. Hey, Faustus, I've never heard any over there, Deadpools. I'm working on fractions are putting stuff into the atmosphere to keep us from ascending consciously. See, I believe aliens to be demons, and I believe the whole alien thing is a big conspiracy that's going to be used later on to create the one world order. And I think it's just a big deception. That's my belief. Renee, I believe that it's not them that's been detected. I believe it's the spirits that follow them that we're detecting. Ooh, Lisa, that's interesting. Renee, I agree. I do agree. I think that's what it is too, Romans. I think that you got something going on down there, Jacob. Uh, yeah, Renee, I think that what they're detecting is the spirits that are attached to these cryptids. Ooh, sound well, that'd be interesting. And I think that you know, they're attached to these creatures, and whenever you take all your equipment out there, then they see the opportunity to lie to you, to deceive you, and we know he's about fear. And if you get scared, he's just going to feed off that energy. That's why when I go out there, I just take the power plumb away from him. Renee, again, I would say that it was demons. I would say it was the fallen ones that's following the cryptids because, again, that bloodline, their family. They, that's what I believe is their family. Faustus, are you agreeing or disagreeing? I'm not sure. Sounds like San Francisco's got some dogman going on down there, though. That's what Lily Pond's saying. Yeah, Ben, everything. There's a lot to do. Yeah. Seems like there's always going to be water close down with. Meeker's having a lot of problems. What you got going on, Jacob, down there? You got a lot going on? Jeff, are you still with us? I'm going to try to get Jeff on a podcast. Jeff sent some pictures in the other day that I put on the Facebook page. Turned out really, really cool. Uh, Jeff's got some pretty good encounters. I want to get him on here. He's done some security work. He's done some traveling overseas, and he's worked for some pretty cool people. Yeah, sorry, that's true. I'll get in trouble for Cassie for agreeing on that one. But that's my theory on them. I know that whenever they were around, the things that they done was it was animalistic, humanist. Humans they needed food, shelter, cover. They would hide in the barns, the chicken houses. They would take the chickens. They would eat the scraps that was put out. They would peek in the windows. They would follow you from window to window. Hey, Steven, see, it's good to see you. I can't post them here. I did post them in the community part on YouTube. You can go to my page, go to the community, and I did post them there. Did we lose Jeff? Is he gone? He was here. I was going to have him. I'll try to get him on soon and let him tell you all a lot about what he's done in his life. And Jeff's done quite a bit. He's shot at a few for sure. I'm working on a missing person right now, and I really didn't think it was going to turn out to be anything until I found out that the family was having trouble because their loved one was missing all their organs whenever he came to the coroner. So, and he was found in water also. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, "Yep, there's something going on." Now the family has hired a third party coroner to do the third autopsy on their son. And I was going to tell y'all, I got a weird update for y'all. You ain't going to want to miss this one either. This is, y'all tell me what you think about this. Y'all remember the case I done in Oklahoma on the little boy named McNeilis? Do y'all remember that? I know a lot of you probably followed it. He was killed last October, and I done that case. I spoke to the dad, and there was a lot of weird things going on down there, and just a lot of things that didn't add up. I spoke to a lot of the emergency personnel that was there, and his body actually they said was not found in the backyard, but they were made to say that parts of his body were missing. They were consumed. Well, I got to looking, and remember we thought that there was probably some maybe possibly, so we don't get in trouble, my opinion, some hush money involved in that. And remember us, we all talked about that. Well, I was looking and I found them the other day. And she made a big old post and she said that she is now living on a farm. She is doing the things of her dreams. She is raising rabbits and everything. And they now have another GoFundMe page out to raise money for her to pursue her dreams and how good life is and how nice their house is. And they now have a brand new car. They're living in the country. They have a really nice house. And if you know where they come from and you followed that video, you would see that they didn't live really nice. And all of a sudden, their son is killed by something. And they're living in the country in a big house, a brand new car, only a year later. And you're asking for another GoFundMe so you can follow your dream to be able to raise rabbits. I thought something pretty crazy about that. I thought that was kind of strange. I've been working on the book. A lot of you's asked me about that. I have been working on the book. Uh, hey, I appreciate that, Angela. And it's a slow progress, but it is going. Man, it sounds like San Francisco is getting a lot of sightings down there. I haven't heard anything about San Francisco at all. Yeah, it was a weird thing. It was a bad deal. I couldn't believe what had happened. Golly, I may have to make a trip to San Francisco. You know, uh, I'm getting ready to go do another investigation. It's coming up. I guess I'll go ahead and tell you all about that. These people just had a lot of animals slaughtered, and they were. It looked like something raged. It just went through and totally gutted everything. And I was talking to Jeff a little bit about it. It looks like we lost Jeff, and he was telling me that he, I think, had dealt with something kind of like that or something like that. Hey, Jacob, send me some photos of what you got to my email. I'd love to take a look at them. Yeah, Donna, I thought it was really weird. My son got ate and killed, and I'm living my dream raising rabbits and people send money. I thought that was really weird. I got a couple of good videos that's going to be released coming up. I've already completed them. I just need to upload them. Yeah, yeah, Sound Wolf, do that. I'd like to take a look at those. That's interesting. Have any of y'all ever heard them speak, like actually talk? I've heard them talk before. I was wondering if that was common or if anybody else has heard that. I've never been attacked. I have been scared. I've had them run up and hit my truck and try to get in the car door at me or the truck door at me. That was pretty scary. Man, everything's planning on having some rabbits too. Jacob, I had something say my mom's name through an old water cooler one night, and it thought that I was her sleeping in the bed, and it actually was saying her name through it. And I know my granny, when I talked to her, she told me stories about one night it was standing out on the sidewalk in front of the front porch, and it was calling her name, doing this at her, just standing out there, and it just kept calling her name, doing this. Yeah, Renee, that's the chatter that a lot of them are talking about that they're doing. The chatter's bad. Yeah, it done a lot of freaky things down there. I mean, it even came in their house one time when they were out back. They were milking cows, and while they were milking cows, I seen something. I think I missed it though. It had my name in it. Maybe not. Hey Jeff, you're back. We're gonna get to you in just a second. And they looked up from milking the cows, and they saw the shadow in their house because they had a cutout for the kitchen, and they saw it moving. And by the time they got it from milking the cows, it had took some bread and bologna out of the icebox. So just the weird things that it does. The giggling, I've heard that on a bridge. I've heard a little kid giggling. I didn't hear it at the time, but I heard it when I got home and started editing. I think Sarah heard it when I was there. Uh, haven't heard about Tennessee. Yeah, Renee, they run heavy. They are heavy. We done a podcast with a lady that doesn't live far from me just the other day. Really good podcast. If you haven't heard it, you should go listen to her. She had a lot of good information, a lot of encounters. Whenever I was out the other day hunting, I told this yesterday on the live on the other channel. I was out squirrel hunting, and I was walking it, and it was really foggy. And I got down in there, and I just had this feeling that something was following me. And I walked through the fog and walked through the fog, and I ended up walking up on a deer. It was dead, and something had been feeding on it. And I just had this really bad feeling. And if you want to look at the video, it's on my other channel. You can look at the video of the woods and everything where I walked. I was really deep in there. Y'all probably see something I didn't see. Y'all most of the time do, uh, which is kind of scary too because I'm missing things. But that's the channel you can see it on. But the whole video's there. It's Catch Clean Cook. But I was deep down in the woods there. It seems like fishing does bring them up close to you a lot. Whenever I go fishing, that's whenever I get a lot of my encounters. Teresa. Tennessee. I know that people have claimed to have heard. Knocks, yeah, knocks are really important. So have you all been following my Girl Scout murders case I've been working on? I'm actually getting ready to do a conclusion video on that, and I have a lot of thoughts on that, a lot of things I wonder on that. That's probably going to ruffle some feathers whenever I release that one because I don't I don't know. I didn't. A lot of the people that done the investigations on it, I seen a lot of things I did not agree with. Jeff, I told people we're going to do a podcast. That way you can share some of your experiences with everybody here. And some of the, I told them you've even shot at some of the creatures. Jeff's had some pretty wild experiences. You'll walk outside someday, Teresa, and there'll be one standing out on the sidewalk saying your name. Not really. There's some really I made from a zoo. Wow, Spirit Castle. That's interesting. Jeff, I'd be glad to have you on. We'll work it out and we'll get a podcast put together and definitely get you on. I'd love to be able to have you on. Yeah, Dana, I talked to Jeffrey the other day. I would like to be able to do a video with him. We both kind of believe the same thing about him being flesh and blood, and I'd like to get together with him and kind of talk with him too. I think so, Spooktator, and I also think it's a way of communicating. They knock and they communicate. Yeah, that's the girls in there laughing. That's who you're hearing. Right. But that's pretty much, guys, the flesh and blood part of it. I wanted to try to explain to you guys the best I could. That's my belief in what they are, and I'm going to keep researching. I'm going to keep going out. I'm not going to stop. We're going to get some more footage. I've got some good stuff I want to let go. You're welcome, Candy. There was a lot of things that happened with that, Candy, that I just don't agree with. I think it's really weird, and I think there might have been some people on the inside involved. Teresa. Well, a lot of people, okay, my granny one time, it was on Christmas, they heard something, and the kids thought it was Santa Claus. So instead of getting up and telling granny there was something in the house, they were like, oh, Santa Claus is here. Stay in bed and be quiet. It walked in and stood over their bed, and then it left. Luckily, nobody was hurt. But, I was kind of thinking sometimes what you hear may not be what you think you're hearing. You may walk in the front room like a guy on a video I just done, had one standing in the kitchen looking him eye to eye. But that's what this one was mostly about, guys. Is I wanted to explain to you why I think they're flesh and blood. So whenever I'm doing videos and stuff, y'all kind of understand where I'm coming from. Uh, like I said, I respect each and every one of your guys' opinions. That's all mine is. At the end of the day, is just an opinion. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. I'm just saying that's what I believe. Um, we'll keep learning from each other. Like I said, we got the best group on here. I'm going to keep sharing out the videos. I got two good ones that's coming out. Um, I wanted to come on and tell y'all face to face instead of just typing it out, on a channel or something. But I want to tell y'all Merry Christmas. I hope y'all have a really safe and happy holidays. I hope y'all make very memorable memories with your loved ones and that y'all travel safely to and from wherever you're going if you're traveling. Hope you all stay warm, and I hope you all have enough food that you can eat until you're just full and miserable. But I feel like I owe you guys an explanation to why I believe the way I believe. I truly appreciate you guys. There's no way I wasn't going to come on live and tell you guys, not tell you guys Merry Christmas. Y'all deserve that. Um, like I said, I try to answer each and every one of you because I believe y'all deserve it. Hey, if y'all are willing to watch it and comment, I do my best to at least get to you. I believe that y'all deserve a response. Um, we'll have some good videos coming up. We'll have another live coming up next month. I'm going to try to do a live each month on both channels, and that way we can visit at least once monthly and keep caught up on the recent events and stuff that's happening. But I don't want to keep you all any longer. I know y'all are probably busy. You got Santa Claus coming for the kids, probably a lot of cooking and baking and everything. Just be safe while you do it. Again, Merry Christmas, guys. Thanks for all the donations throughout the year. And we're going to have a great year next year. We're growing. We keep growing. Both channels are growing. Couldn't do it without you guys. And I'm going to get out of here. And till I see you all next time, keep your head on a swivel and don't be nothing's Christmas dinner. Take care.